Hello crafty friends, welcome to another card making ideas video. For my previous video I went through my white scraps bin to find some strips of white scraps, and as I was doing that I found that I had some less scrappy scraps, things that I'd partially made and just thrown in my bin because I hadn't finished the idea. So I've got a few die cuts, I've got an embossed panel, I've got some whole panels here, things that have sentiments on that just never made it onto the front of a card, and some stitched rectangle panels. These are mixed media paper, as are these, so I've got quite a lot there. Got some white tags, and again sort of whole panels and things where I've stamped the sentiment on, so less scrappy scraps. And I thought maybe over the next few videos I'll work my way through this bin of less scrappy scraps and see what we can make. For today's video I've selected 5 rectangles of mixed media paper. Just to make things a bit easier, I'm going to flip them over, line them up and hold them together with some washi tape. So I've basically got a big strip of paper. So they're all stuck together now. I can flip them back over and work with them like that. Right, I've got some water, a nice big paintbrush and 2 Catherine Pooler inks, Sweet 16, which is a violet, and Sparkling Berry, which is a red violet. I'm going to add some of that to my glass mat. And I'll put a little bit of water on there. And then I'm going to pick up my Sparkling Berry and just use my paintbrush to make a blob, because we're going to do some mixed media backgrounds, just something a little bit interesting. This time I put the colour down first and then add the water. I think actually I'll add some water all the way down. I'm just scribbling with my paintbrush and I might roll it a bit. Even though I'm going to do the same thing to each of these panels, they're all going to look different. And now for some of the Sweet 16 or 16 candles, whatever it's called now, we'll just blob that on. You really can't mess this up. It's just about getting a blob of colour down onto the paper. And now I'm going to take a damp baby wipe and just kind of splodge around a bit. This will lighten the colour, and I don't mind if I make some marks with it. Now I'm going to dry that. Add a little bit more ink to my palette. I want to dry my paintbrush off a bit because I don't want it sopping wet. I'm going to pick up that colour, and really I'm just laying my paintbrush on the side and rolling. This takes away a lot of the control and it allows you to make really natural, organic marks. And I like working on multiple backgrounds at one time because it stops you being too fussy. You don't focus too much on one area of one background. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the purple, the violet. My brush is a little bit wetter now. I might dry that off. I don't want it too wet. If you use a really wet paintbrush, you get much lighter, more diffuse marks. But if you use a drier paintbrush like this, the marks tend to be more defined and more intense. Now I'm going to get a smaller paintbrush. I've wet it with water and I'm going to spat on some colours. Where the paper's dry, the spatters will be defined. There'll be nice little round-ish circles. And where the paper's wet, the ink will diffuse out. Now I'm going to break up some of this colour by swiping on some white gesso. Normally I'd use white acrylic paint, but I don't have any to hand, so gesso it is. So I've just got a little bit on the end of a palette knife and I'm going to scrape that down. You can apply this quite thickly. The thicker you apply it though, the longer it will take to dry. You can encourage it along with a hairdryer or a heat tool. Now because these inks aren't permanent, the gesso, while it's drying, will absorb some of the colour, so you might want to do a couple of goes, a couple of layers. Once I've done a second pass, I'm going to dry it with my hairdryer, I think. The acrylic's not quite dry, but I'm going to separate these so I can work on them one at a time now. I'm going to take some metallic platinum embossing powder and shake a little bit over, because I'm hoping that some of the wet acrylic will catch it. Right, I'm going to heat that with my heat tool. I'm very pleased with those. I think the platinum looks naturally placed, as it were, because it grabbed onto the wet paint that was already there. Now I'm thinking some stitching stamping, maybe something long and vertical and something round. So I've got a double row of rustic cross stitch. I'm going to pop it on this left hand side. I'm using StazOn black ink. Well, black for contrast. StazOn works well with these silicone stamps. They're not photopolymer, so water-based inks don't stick to them particularly brilliantly. Also, StazOn will stamp on any surface, including the heat embossing and the acrylic, and it's very fast drying. So I'm going to stamp a different stitching pattern on each one and place it where I think it works best. If you wanted to do something like this, you don't have to use stitching stamps. You could hand draw some lines. You could do actual stitching. You don't have to use the same inks or the same colours as me. You can use what you have. You could use watercolours, liquid watercolours, re-inkers. The world's your oyster. Right, now I'm going to do a black stitchy circle. And I'm thinking a little bit of stenciling. So I've got this chevron stencil and I will put some Sweet 16 through it over where the circle is. Just adds a little bit something extra and I just enjoy it really. The thing with mixed media is it's all about the layers, and you could keep adding layers forever and ever. But at some point you're going to have to stop, so I think I'm going to stop now. So next I'm going to give these a black border. Oh, hello Mr. Blackbird. Yeah, I know, he's sat on the bird feeder shouting at me. Probably wants his breakfast. Right, I'm going to stick these on black card and then trim them out so they have a nice little border. And that will corral the mixed media. It will keep it restrained. It'll also provide a nice break between the slightly off-white mixed media paper and the bright white of my card blanks. So once I've done this, I'm going to pop these all on card blanks, add a sentiment, and maybe some kind of die cut. And once I've done that, I'll come back and show you how all the cards turned out. Right, I'm back and I've got 5 finished cards. So for this one, I put my panel on with the circly bit in the top right hand corner. I then added a scribbly heart die cut. Now I cut this from white cardstock and then I heat embossed it with the same platinum embossing powder that I used on the background. So the two metallics match. I actually did 2 coats to get a nice finish. And then all I did was add a sentiment over here. So my large element is over here to the right and my sentiment is balancing that off to the left. And the black of the sentiment ties into the black of the stamping and the black border. For this next card, again, I put the circle up in the top right, and then I put a happy ever after. This is roughly a third of the way down and a third of the way in. And then I added 2 clusters of hearts, 5 up here, 3 down here, 2 groups of odd numbers, which is pleasing to the eye. And again, these I heat embossed with the platinum embossing powder, and I did 2 coats again. With this, I actually embossed a whole piece of paper and then die cut out the shapes because it was going to be easier than trying to heat emboss these tiny little hearts. For card number 3, again the circle is above centre, over to the right. I added a smaller scribbly heart this time, and this is a third of the way down and a third of the way in. And then I pop my sentiment down here to kind of balance that. For this 4th card, I flipped the panel upside down so I had the circle in the bottom left. I then added a sentiment a third of the way up and a third of the way in on that sweet spot, and then added the hearts on the circle so it looks like a wreath of hearts. And for the last card, again, circle in the bottom left, another scribbly heart a third of the way up, a third of the way in. The sentiment's up here about it's probably about a quarter of the way down, but it could go down a little bit further, a third of the way in, and then I connected the 2 with a sprinkling of hearts in a diagonal. So there we go, 5 cards made from my little box of trash or treasure. I think in the next video I'll do something with these tags. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it's given you some ideas, a bit of inspiration, and I hope to see you back here very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.